So one of the reasons that we want to be part of the Real Organic Project is just to make sure that organic farming, literally keeps its roots in the soil. We farm about 325 acres of grapes, and that's about a third of our production. So we're sourcing fruit from around 1,000 acres, more or less. Here in Mendocino County, we're lucky we have the highest percentage of certified organic vineyards in terms of our acreage. We don't fertilize our grapes beyond working with soil fertility, so incorporating a small amount of compost every couple years, and then our cover cropping is our main fertility method. But we've noticed that, with a little bit lower fertility, you often get a nicer quality in the grapes, where the vines need to work a little harder in order to get what they need, but then the flavor and the quality is better. So one of the things that's rather unique about our winery is we're both grower and processor certified organic. In order to use the term organic wine, the grapes obviously have to be grown organically, but then the whole process of the winemaking has to be certified organic too. So that means you can't use any synthetic additives or processing aids or preservatives. And so that's important to us, that we carry it all the way through, both the grower and processor certified. One of the main reasons that people are drawn to organics, I feel like, is for health. Obviously their body health and the health of the planet. I think that there's lots of research to come in the next years about the nutritional qualities that soils can bring into food and then pass on to people. So we definitely believe that, the soil is the base of the quality of our wine, and a term that a lot of people are familiar with in wine is terroir, which is the unique quality given to the grapes and wine from the land where it's grown. California is pretty young geologically, so we have a real mix of soils, and then with all the tectonic movement, there's a lot of variations. So even though most of our vineyards are within about a 20 to 30 mile range here, we have a wide variety of different soils. And one of the things that I personally am passionate about is just that whole concept of soil health and the mysteries beneath the soil. Soil science was seen as something that was inorganic for so long in the history of agriculture, where we have these different static components, these different nutrients, and in order to remediate something, you'll just add more of another. And I think that there's a huge body of research and experience that's growing over the last several years that says that it's the life in the soil that really dictates the whole nutrient flow. There's no lack of nutrients or minerals in the soil. There's plenty of nitrogen there, there's plenty of phosphorus, there's plenty of potassium, there's plenty of everything you need. And what a lot of soils lack is just the biology to access that. And I think that's something that a lot of people aren't aware of. One of the things that organic speaks to too is, there's so much conversation about global warming and carbon footprints, and the carbon footprint of a lot of the inputs that are used in conventional agriculture is really vast. And that's something that I've just been learning over the last decade or so, and really opening my eyes to, that it isn't only, your food was grown here and it needs to travel to you, but all of the inputs on that farm had to come from somewhere. Really focusing on the hydroponics, that one you see, it's just a full-on input system. Whereas if you grow in healthy soils and have that biology, you don't need all of those inputs. The soil food web will take care of a lot of that. So harnessing that and working with nature. But I think that one of the beautiful things about people getting more educated about some of the issues is also the sense of community that's fostered, where it takes a little bit more vigilance and research on the part of the consumer. But there's also a lot to be gained with having relationships or knowing, where your food comes from. And it's one of the things that a lot of, small vegetable farmers that I know of talk about, is just that sense of community and that sense of camaraderie that happens when you know where your food comes from. And I think that's something that's really enriching to the human spirit, and something that, we can all strive for a little more. But I still do feel like the USDA organic label is, probably your best assurance if that's all that you have. And it'll be exciting to see more and more products with the real organic label on them, which give people another lens into their choices.